While Dad was serving in the Army during World War II, my mom became a cadet nurse, and I learned a lot about that lately that I didn't know, that it was completely paid for by the government. She was one of 10 children, so that would never have been a possibility for her had the war not come along, and she enlisted in this nurse's training as a cadet nurse, and then trained at St. Joe's Hospital in Providence. They called it Providence St. Joe's in Vancouver, and it was a 3-year course. She lived in the dormitory, and they had strict rules they had to follow, and at the end of it, when they graduated, they had to do a 6 months service commitment, either in military or in some kind of community service that was, ordained by the government to help repay the cost of her training. But actually the war ended before she got through nurses training. She graduated in January of 1947. So the war actually ended, and my dad had come home, and I don't know the story of how they got back together exactly, but they started dating while she was in nurses training. Now the other piece of that story is that nobody was supposed to get married while you were in nurses training. They did. They eloped. Ooh. They eloped, and they were married on July 13th, 1946, and they were able to keep it a secret for a while, but it was found out, I don't know how, and she thought she was going to get kicked out of the nursing program, but she was within 6 months of graduating. So what they did is they didn't kick her out, but they restricted her to the dorm, and she lost the last 2 weeks of her vacation, because they did get some vacation time. But she lived right there at St. Joe's Hospital and trained, and then after she graduated on January 10th, 1947, I was born the following December 1947. So anyway, and they were married for 50 plus years. I think it was 59. They were married in 1946, and my dad passed away in 2005.